Well. It has been a month, I think. More or less. Yeah. Well, if you're not new to this channel, you know what I'm talking about. I've been away from YouTube, actually posting on YouTube for like a month. And I didn't know how long this was going to be. I don't know whether it was going to be a month, 2, a week. I just stopped. I stopped posting. I didn't stop making videos. So, which means that I have videos ready to go on the YouTube. Reason why I haven't been posting them is just because it was just getting too much, really. And it is not what you might think. It is not that I was busy. It is not that I wasn't getting the support, or it wasn't because I was getting critics. I have to say that I am lucky. A couple of things have happened lately, and yeah, that might have affected my YouTube thing. But you know, whatever I do on YouTube is always related to my life, or anything happens to my life impacts on anything that I do. So, but that has nothing to do with why I actually stopped. I stopped posting YouTube videos, because I kept making them, and trust me, on my laptop I've got like probably 8 videos which are already edited. And I have like probably of 3-4 videos which I haven't started editing them yet. So I haven't stopped, because the whole reason why I wanted to do YouTube is because I wanted to do something that I love doing. I wanted to have my own place where I could technically talk about what I wanted to talk about, and anything that I'm passionate about. Because I believe we all do this on a daily basis when we go to work, you know, like, and I'm talking about doing what you don't want to do. So what's the point of having something else where you have to do what you don't want to do? Yeah, it wouldn't make that much sense. So why and how stopping making, like, posting videos on YouTube helped me? Well, how can I explain it? I'm a person that likes to understand things. I'm the only child. My parents only have me. Yes, here I am. I'm the only one. I'm the only product. Their product. I've always liked to have my own space. I really enjoyed, since I was a young kid, I reckon, I always enjoyed my company. I loved being alone. And I don't mean it that I'm a lonely person or that I don't like people's company. I just love myself. I love being in my own company, and I don't see anything wrong with that. But because I was pushing myself, probably without meaning it in a bad way, but I was kind of doubting about myself, and this is something that I rarely do. Not because I think that I am a genius, or because I think that I'm always right. Simply because I just believe in myself. Because when I believed in myself, whether I was traveling, or whether I wanted to move to a different place, or whether I had to face something on my own, and I've made it, that obviously grew my own trust for myself. Is that a correct English thing? Well, you get it. And so I know that if I want to do something, I can, because I can just simply look at the past and say, well, I did that. I had no idea how to do it, but in a way I found a way to make it happen. So the thing is that I started doubting about myself. And this happens when it kind of feels like the second time before going to Australia for a reason, but just different scenario, but kind of the same thing. Well, I'll get there. So I started doubting about myself because it's probably a mistake that we all do, I think. When we want to improve with something, or when we don't feel satisfied about what we're doing, or we feel like we're lacking in something, what do? We go and listen, or like listen to other people, or like do researches. Most of the times of what other people say or what other people think. Nothing wrong with that. It's just that there's such a fine difference whether you then listen to them and then you make it your own, or when you just listen to them and you try to follow what they said. The second thing is what I've tried to do without meaning it. Again, it is so easy to fall in that thing, and my own voice. Listening to my own voice. Yeah. I stopped thinking about my voice and thinking, well, listening to my voice. I stopped thinking about my voice and thinking, well, listening to my voice. I stopped thinking about my voice and thinking, well, listening to my voice. Inspires you. Yeah. And I wasn't understanding. I was like, I am doing this and I need to do this. And one of the things I forced myself to do, planning. Okay, I'm a very organized person. I don't know, I can meet deadlines. I'm never late, but I have to do it my way. I am not the right person to plan things, because it's when I start planning things that things go wrong. And I'm like, but why? I was actually meaning well, like I was actually trying to do something to prove myself where I thought I could improve myself. And I like trying things. I don't really like, you see, that's a contradiction, because I am the kind of person that listens to what you say, but then, you know, I'm not the ones that goes and checks the step by step what to do. I figure out my way. Sometimes it's wrong, sometimes it's right, sometimes, you know, I get burned, sometimes I am successful, but that's my way. I know it is not the perfect way, but I've learned there isn't a perfect way, because the perfect ways that other people were saying, that didn't work for me. And look at me, I've been away from YouTube for like a month, contemplating about, what did I do wrong? What's wrong with me? Am I supposed to start all over again? Am I doing something wrong? And then here's the answer. And before the answer, I'm gonna get my coffee. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I feel like having coffee. Yeah. And then I'll explain you why. Then I decided to do a live. Tiny little things that you don't know about me, that I didn't know about me. I'm getting to know myself. This is why I love YouTube, because it forces me to know myself in order to make things work, because it's essential. If you don't know yourself, it's very hard in life to actually do something very, very big. Yeah, let's put it that way. yeah. And the thing is that I try to be perfect. And what I mean by trying to be perfect, I try to be perfect from what other people said perfect was like. And I've learned, well, this took me a month to understand, or just like to elaborate it. Yeah, that's the word. It took me a month. It could take me longer. Some people, it takes the whole life. And I'm a very insecure person. So here's why I want to do this live, because I don't want any editing. I don't want anything that can change what I'm about to say, because I want this to be true. And this is another thing about me. I like things when they're true, when they're honest. I can't lie. I'm the terrible person at lying. You can read it in my eyes. I'm not good at lying. I've never been good at cheating at school. I always had to be honest. And this is in a way my parents' fault, because they always told me, it's sarcastic, I'm actually like, how do you say, I'm running out of words today, glad that my parents taught me what they taught me. And because I had to hustle, or like actually work hard, because that's the thing, when you lie, it's easy then to get away with it. But when you cannot lie, you either have to face the truth, so then listen, that's what it is, or just like if you want to get somewhere, if you want to have good grades, you have to work for it, and you have to work hard for it, and it takes time and patience, but that's good. So I am like this, and I don't want you to have these cuts in the editing. I love it, but when I do editing, it's because probably I like it. I like the video to have a different flow. I love doing lives because I like it to be me and you listening to me, no cuts. Let's go back to the topic. So as I found out that I wanted to try to be perfect and following what other people said perfect was, I failed. I epically failed. I've been on YouTube for like a year, and it is not a long time for most of people on YouTube, because they've been there probably for 5, 6, 10 more years. But time doesn't matter. The length that you are doing something doesn't matter. The thing that matters is why you do it. Do you enjoy doing it? Do you believe in what you're doing? And this is why I've been on YouTube for a year, more than a year. Yeah, it was October 2016. Yeah. So I had a message. I didn't know I had a message. I just wanted to share what was my life when traveling back 2 years ago, and I loved it. It was so much fun. I did what I wanted to do. I didn't give a damn about money. For once in my life, I enjoyed spending money. And I'm not saying you should spend money and not be careful. No, I'm just saying relax. So a lot of people, and a lot of people, I'm including me as well, we think about money as oh my gosh, you really need to be careful. You have to save money. You have to make more money to save more money, and that consumed me. So this is why I wanted to share that. I wanted to share my happiness throughout my videos on YouTube. And this is what I've done for a year. But again, things change. Life changes. Everything changes, and you have to adapt to it. But the thing is that I adapt naturally to things, thanks to traveling as well. And this is why it's a YouTube traveling kind of channel. And I'm going to explain why the kind of. Things change, and I adapt to it quite quickly. Yeah, and that's a good thing. The bad thing, well, not as bad but not as good, is that making videos when you are on a YouTube channel based on traveling, it's quite hard to make topics when you're not traveling. So when I was back to Australia, I wasn't traveling much in Australia, and I wanted to be helpful for people. And this is another thing about me. I love helping people, but really honestly helping people. I work in retail, and the same thing is for when I'm working. The only thing that I enjoy doing when I'm working is not selling. I'm a sales assistant. It's not selling, it's to help people with my knowledge or anything that I know to get them to where they want to get, basically. In that case, it's the product. In some case, it can be emotions. In some case, it can be like just going somewhere. It can be anything. Help, it can be anything. And I started making videos on how to do paperwork in Australia, because this was what I was doing. And I was like, you know, if I'm having troubles with it and I find it hard to understand, probably some people out there that are having the same problems, or they're probably thinking to go work in Australia for a short time as a working holiday visa for a year. They know nothing about it. I want to help them, because I was looking for help and I couldn't find help, like not on YouTube at least. And it was quite hard to get to understand these things. So this is when I started doing what you call on YouTube tutorials. Not really tutorials, it was just me explaining things that I got to understand, and hoping that other people could find some value in what I was telling them. So then in the case they will find that situation, they knew how to resolve it. Solve it. No, it's resolve, that's Italian. Yeah. The thing is, it's easy in this world to be categorized. And again, it is not a negative thing, but it's just that it's not for me. I cannot be in just, I cannot fit in just one place. I feel like I have so many, I don't know, skills, personal skills, or I have so many different passions that I can't just fit in one, because my life doesn't just go around just one thing. And that could be anything. It could be traveling, it could be, I don't know, just spending time doing nothing in nature, because this is something that I love doing. I love silence. Remember, I'm the only child. Yes, my parents, they've been with me along my childhood. They've been amazing. I've had a dog. I've had the best time of my life when I was a kid. My dog was like my brother. I had it when I was 6. So imagine, we grew up together. We were playing together. We were spending time together. We had it at home. It was a small, tiny Maltese called Luca. So imagine, I know how to be in company, but I also love silence. And one of the things that gives me that kind of feeling of silence, or just like a great emotion without words, is being in nature. Nature, or just going on the beach, not just for tanning, just because I want to hear the noise of the ocean, and that calms me down. So it can be boring for probably YouTube people who want a bit of action on YouTube, but that's who I am. I'm not gonna fake something that is not who I am, and I don't even want to think of it. I don't want to even force myself to change who I am just because I want to get, I don't know, the approval of some people. And again, guys, you are my days. In a year, and how many months from October to now? Is that 6 months? Yeah, so a year and 6 months without promoting my channel, because let's be honest, I haven't done any kind of marketing. I suck at marketing because I hate selling. Even though it's my thing, even though it's something that I believe and in everything, I hate selling. So the fear of selling, or like just looking or sounding silly, I don't like it. So I haven't found a way yet to get other people to listen or to watch my videos, simply because I don't know, I need to find my way to do that, and I'll get there. I'm sure I will. So without promoting my channel, I'm almost up 1,600 subscribers, which I don't care, and I get there. I don't care about numbers. I don't care to reach like 1 million, 4 million, because yeah, let's be honest, everybody's focused now. I don't care. I don't care on my Instagram. I don't care on my YouTube. And I do care about numbers, because sometimes numbers for some companies, or if you want to grow on a different level, I understand that count. But for me, I want to have good quality followers. I want to have a good quality subscribers. And the only reason is I want you to listen and watch my videos for the only purpose of trying to help you. So, well, it's my life, it can be everybody's life. What's my, I don't know, happiness, or what's my fear? It can be anybody's fear or happiness. So I think it's important, again, as the only child, I didn't have this thing, and then actually listening to other people. And I remember listening this to the podcast and hearing that a person saying, when I found out that pretty people feel insecure, it feels weird. And this is pretty much what it's about me as well, because I thought that my fears, my whatever is insecurities, were just mine. So what was the point of sharing it with other people? The thing that I didn't feel confident before, what's the point of sharing it with other people? Other people wouldn't care, but then actually they do care, because what happens to me happens to them as well. And it's a bit silly to think that whatever happens to you just happens to you, because it's not true. Actually, if you start realizing that what happens to you, good or bad, also happens to other people, it is smart enough that you share with other people, because you all live it in a different way, and you can get help from just listening to a different experience, if that makes sense. So this is why I don't want my channel. Yes, I love traveling. Oh my gosh. One of my biggest goals of this year is to go to Hawaii, and I want this to happen. I want to believe in it, and I don't want to even say any negative things about it. I just want to believe in it, regardless what happens. I just want to believe it. I want to be on that beach. I want to see the coastline. I just want to be there. It's just been my dream since I was a child, and I love our world. I love everything. I love every country, good or bad, with their flaws or their good things. I love everything as it is. So yes, I am still talking about traveling, but you need to understand that my life is not only about traveling, especially now. And especially in winter in London, there's nothing to do. I'm sorry to say that for how much I love this city, but there's nothing to do. It is grey outside. Even now, it's a kind of a good weather. It is not hot. It's actually nice. I mean, it's spring. But it is still grey. And London is not the kind of thing that I generally like in my spare time. That makes sense, because such as like a city, it has nothing or few things which are natural, or like nothing that I will go out and experience, like going on a cliff. There is no cliff in London, so it is all urban, and the kind of things you can film or record or experience are all urban things. So shops, or like dinners, or just walks in the park. These are the things you can do in London. And don't get me wrong, I love this city. I always love it. It is amazing. It has given me such a big, how'd you say, chance to grow and to learn a new language and everything, and I will always be grateful to it. But it's just about being realistic. There is nothing that I enjoy doing on my day off unless it's going to a museum, or if it's a sunny day, go to the park, or just do these things, basically. Yeah. So I don't want you to think that this channel is just for traveling. It is just for tutorials or what you should do, because this is another thing. I hate saying what you should do because I don't even know what to do. I don't plan. Again, remember, I don't plan things, so I go with the flow. And this is why I like talking about my previous experiences, and this is why I'm gonna post the next videos on my YouTube channel, the ones that I've made throughout this month. They're still gonna be posted because it's about my previous experience, but this is because it's the only experience I've got till now about traveling, because I'm not traveling now. And I'm not the kind of person, I love thinking about the past, but I also love thinking about the present and building a future. So I'm not the kind of person that likes to talk about the past all the time, because I get bored and I'm like, oh, you know, you realize I'm like, yeah, I'm talking about my past, so what does it mean? I've got nothing interesting to say or to talk about for my present? That is sad. Nah, this is not me. I hate routine. I don't like doing always the same things. I like to change things. I like to do always new things that keep my brain active, because this is the thing. Once I settle into an environment or into a way of thinking or way of doing things, that's it, I'm gone. My brain stops working, and this is the worst feeling for me. I hate just being like letting the day go without being productive. I love being productive. I love doing things, whatever it is. If it, like now I've started doing gym at home. I started doing yoga at home, and guess why? Because there is YouTube, and I love YouTube, and I use YouTube every single day of my life. I'm not gonna make videos about me doing workouts or doing yoga, because that's not, I love doing it for myself. There's nothing to say about it for me, for my own personal opinion. I love doing it, and this is a new way for me to keep myself busy and to do something for myself, because again, I love myself. With this said, I've tried very, very hard the last month, and all I got from it, like, I've tried to be more planning. I've tried to do, like, to schedule my uploads, to say every Wednesday and Sunday. Yes, I know it is my best days of the week to upload, but sometimes I cannot do it. I can't upload on the Wednesday. Well, then I'll upload on a Thursday, because what matters for me is that the value and the content goes out, or what I think it's valuable, that's a hard word, for you, because it is for me. So this is the kind of things I want you to think about my YouTube channel from now on, because now it's clear for me, and it was so confusing before, because as long as I was traveling, I wasn't really thinking about it, because, you know, it's easy. You're going somewhere, you film where you're going. You're eating that, you film what you're eating. And the hardest bit is when you got nothing exciting to show. So that's when I have to sit and think about what I wanted to do, what I wanted my channel to be like. And I don't know if you've noticed, but lately I don't have any more monetization. My videos don't get ads anymore. That wasn't really I didn't mean it in a way, but in a way I'm okay with it. That makes sense. When I started YouTube, sorry for this video if it's gonna be a bit long, but it had to be said, and this is why I wanted to make a live, because honestly speaking, apart from the thing that I didn't want you to have any editing in it, I also didn't want to do any editing again, because I knew I had to say a lot of things. So excuse me for that. But what I was about to say, monetization, yeah. So that's another thing about me, I forget about things. So here's the thing, when I started YouTube, I started it in Australia. So I entered, long story short, Google AdSense and all these things with money and blah 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 and sponsoring blah blah blah. I put Australian details. I don't live in Australia anymore, and I didn't know that Google AdSense wouldn't allow you to change the country anymore. So that's it, I'm done. I'm not gonna monetize anymore. And I didn't get even the money from all the year that I've been monetizing it. So if you're wondering if I got money from it, no, I didn't. I should have, yes, but it was my mistake and I'm dealing with it. So it's not a big deal, I don't care. At the end of the day, it wasn't a big amount and I don't care. Anyways, if I am interested in making money on YouTube with Google AdSense, I can always open a new YouTube account and do something new there. No one is stopping me. So for now, I'm happy like this, and I'm happy that you don't get any ads before the video runs. So to be honest, I don't mind it. On this channel, I'm okay with it. I'm not saying that I'm not interested in earning money on YouTube, because that's something, obviously, this is something I want to do in my life. I don't want to work in retail, I want to do this. I want to share what is valuable for me with other people. I want to create a community of people that love the same things that I love doing, and growing and growing and growing and growing and reaching more people, because that's the whole point of social media. So, and obviously learning how to market, because I don't want to do it. Anyways, I really wanted to say all this. I'm probably forgetting a couple of stuff, but never mind, because when it'll come up to my mind again, I will make another video about it. And expect from me travel videos, but also different kind of content. In a way, always related to traveling, because this is when it all started. Don't forget about it. When this is all my change started when I started traveling. So it's always related to that, even though I'm not explicitly talking about traveling. You can expect anything, tutorials, call it that way if you want to call them a way, but yeah, so helping and just having a little chat. Lives, I'll do whatever I feel like doing, because I am also a creative person. I love being creative, and the least thing and last thing I want to do as a creative person is to give myself rules of when doing that, how to do it. Nah, it is not working. I need to express myself, and this is my way of expressing myself. I hope you enjoy this. I hope you like it. Like it? What's that? I hope you like it the way I do things, and if you don't, that's fine. Then I'm not gonna get offended. You cannot like everybody, and I'm not expecting everybody to like me. That's fine. I just hope that I can reach, and I can reach to you. I can send you a message that whether you will receive it in a good way or not, it's still gonna get to you. So yeah, that makes sense. With this everything, I hope you have a great life, and this live was made on my Samsung. And I'm not gonna show you how I set everything, because it's so complicated. Anyways, with this everything, I really hope you have a great life. Always stay positive, love yourself, whether people criticize you or not. Keep going forward with what you believe it's right to do, because that's the only right thing to do. And I'll see you next. Bye. Now I need to stop this video here.